So this is a very short clip that I want to show you of the former U.S. ambassador to Russia. And he's asked about, Ukraine joining NATO. Take a look at what he says, and then we'll discuss.
In 2021, we kept reiterating that Ukraine was going to join. We kept saying that over and over again. So our diplomats are lying?
Yes.
Yes,
that's the real world, guys. Come on, come on.
That, but you could.
That's the real world.
Wait a sec. Our diplomats are lying all the time, yet the Russians should trust them when they offer assurances.
No.
And we shouldn't.
Please,
no, but here's my question. If Ukraine membership in NATO is really, realistically off the table, just not going to happen, nothing for Russia to worry about, why shouldn't NATO take it back? Say, we've rethought the matter. We no longer want to consider Ukraine for NATO membership. If it's never going to happen, why not do a very simple thing that might help unwind this?
Because that would be an invitation for Russia to invade. And as you know,
Russia already happened.
The United States.
My God. That was 1 minute. And it's full of nuggets, full of golden nuggets to explore. Really, just wow. Can you believe this guy was the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador to Russia? Right here, this guy. And he's proudly saying, yeah, we lie all the time. It's like Mike Pompeo. You remember Mike Pompeo? He was Donald Trump's Secretary of State. And he was also, he used to be, right, the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA. And he's giving a talk or something, and this is what he says at one point. And he has no shame, huh? He has no shame saying this. We lied, we cheated, we stole. Wow.
When I was a cadet, what's the cadet motto at West Point? You will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
They're so shameless, man. So going back to Ukraine, the host, the moderator asks a very good question. Like, if it's not on the table, if Ukraine, joining NATO is not on the table, why don't you just walk it back? Just tell the Russians on paper, Ukraine is not joining. And then this idiot says that that will just give Russia an excuse to invade. What on earth does that even mean? You say that Russia already invaded Ukraine. So what the hell are you talking about? Oh, it will give Russia an excuse to invade. Russia's already invaded. You keep telling us. Seriously, look at this. This drives me mad.
Membership in NATO is really.
No.
And we shouldn't.
Please.
No, but here's my question. If Ukraine membership in NATO is really, realistically off the table, just not going to happen, nothing for Russia to worry about, why shouldn't NATO take it back? Say, we've rethought the matter. We no longer want to consider Ukraine for NATO membership. If it's never going to happen, why not do a very simple thing that might help unwind this?
Because that would be an invitation for Russia to invade. And as you know, Russia,
that's already happened.
The United States.
Oh my God. Like, I can't believe that these are actually like adults and people who work in politics. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe that these people are supposed to be serious. How can you take them seriously? They're like children.
All right, Shalom. Kahala Yamla Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS. Peace, love, and salutations to the Bayaf Dawadah, the house of David. All right, the elect, the cream of the crop of the nation of Israel. All right, 144,000. All right. Along with the 1/3 that was slated, to be delivered, the first fruits, a part of America, which is, indeed Babylon the Great, which was slated from the beginning to be destroyed, And what has to be clear is, the reasoning why behind, we come out and say that, America's going to be destroyed, the so-called white man's going to be destroyed, he's going to go into slavery, but it's not in vain, all right? It's not in vain, because as long as these people are on the face of the planet, especially as long as while they're in power, there can be no peace on earth. You see, the world is in a rat race trying to chase something that they can't achieve as long as these people are in power. And this is the crux of the matter. All right, that as long as the so-called white man is in power, he's in authority, he's in authorization, he has military might, economic might, the world will never see peace. All right, here you have an ambassador to Russia, a top diplomat, basically admitting, all right, this whole thing was a lie. All right, through their intelligence, they knew damn well from the votes in the EU, European nations, and the whole ordeal, all right, that Russia, the Ukraine was never going to join NATO, okay? But they pumped out this lie as if they were, all right, to force Vladimir Putin's hand. And then at the end, he said, why did you say that? He said, because if we didn't, all right, Russia would have invaded the Ukraine. In all actuality, Putin said the main reason why he did invade the Ukraine is because they were going to join NATO. All right. So let's get these precepts. All right. Let's get these precepts. Right. First of Psalms chapter 10 verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And who's the hid? It was hidden for a while. Matter of fact, Luke chapter 8 verse 17. For nothing is secret that should not be made manifest, neither anything hid that should not be known that should come abroad. And this is exposing Esau, Edom, his secrets and his intentions of the mind of this goddamn devil. All right, his mouth is full of cursing, deceits. All right, and fraud. Everything that they establish is based off of fraud. Okay, so the top diplomat of the ambassador, a top diplomat, all right, from Russia to America was just a damn serpent. He was a demon. He was a snake. All right, he was a snake. All right, and everything's underneath fraudulence. NATO won't expand eastward. Those are all lies. Everything's just a big lie with this damn devil. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward parts is very wickedness. Their throat is an open scepter. They flatter with their tongues, and they laugh these things off. You see how they laugh this off? The CIA was basically just liars, thieves, and murderers. They laugh that off. They joke it off. George W. Bush will do a comedy roast and talk about, how Iraq didn't have weapons of mass destruction and how they killed millions of people, and it's just a big joke. It's flatterness. They speak their words as smooth as butter, but just wars in their heart. They're always thinking about war. These devils are never at peace. All right, these devils is never at, and we don't do these lessons to change. They try to change him or try to get Esau to repent, because we know he's not going to repent. But the crux of the matter is, if you're a Jacob Israelite, so-called Black, Native American, or Hispanic, and you are blind, you follow to these guys' philosophies, if you trust in his governments, you are bugged out. You're joining hand in hand with them. All right, and only thing that could be positive for you is for you to be taken out of your misery, for you to be destroyed. If you're voting, trying to change the system, or you think the so-called white man is anything other than he is, you've been deceived. And that's what the word Diablo means. It means he's the deceiver. All right, you've been completely deceived. All right, these people are evil. All right, are evil, and only time they think about peace or talk about peace is when it's beneficial to them. You see, when it's beneficial to them, they'll scream peace, and safety. They did what they did to get where they're at, and now they want to scream peace, but there's gonna be no peace on this side, man. This world is heading for a major clash. All right, these world titans are on a course, all right, to crash. That's gonna bring about the destruction of this world, and the only way to be delivered out of it is to be physically uplifted off this earth once those thermonuclear missiles get to flying. All right, once those hypersonic missiles, all right, that Satan, all right, get to flying and knocking off countries, the only safety you're gonna have is up in a chariot. All right, only safety, especially if you're in America and some parts of Europe. all right? Because those are the main targets. Why? Because Europe and America was the main nations, all right, that was shedding blood, all right, that was causing blood, all right? And now we're living in a time in which they're about to get their shed blood, all right? So it would behoove you to repent, all right, to be wrapped up in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, to be circumspect, to look at what's going on, all right, because your body is not thermonuclear proof, you know? Your guns aren't going to deliver you, all right? Your guns, the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, you know, voting left or right, Biden or Trump, that ain't going to deliver you, okay? What's going to deliver you is you being wrapped up in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, just a quick lesson. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the elders and the apostles, peace, love, salutations to the Bayaf Dawada. Shalom.